It's called Black Mama. And when I say thug life, I mean that shit. Cause these white folks see us as thugs. I don't care what y'all think. I don't care if you a lawyer, if you a man, if you an African American, if you whatever the fuck you think you are. Put thugs in niggas for these motherfuckers. And until we own some shit, I'ma call it like it is. I'm gonna be a man in the store. No, no, no. And we have to go by 5 different houses. Ain't a man in either one of them motherfuckers. How we gonna be a man? How we gonna be African Americans? We out here thugs. We thugs. And we niggas. We set this shit up. So I tell you. Young black males out there thinking about thug life. But I could handle it, but not right away.
Well, kind of an interesting weekend. It looks like the Kennedy files may be released. We'll find that out on Thursday. That could be significant. We could really find out a lot about how things really work when and if those files are released. If they're not released on Thursday, it's going to be 25 years before those things get released. So what I wanted to talk to you guys about today was Buntry and what really happened to Buntry. And first off, who is Buntry? Well, Buntry is Suge Knight's serious muscle. And it's Buntry that the bartender saw grab a beer bottle and hit Kelly Jamerson over the head at the El Rey Theater. And if you remember that murder got cleared by Reggie Wright Sr. calling over to the LAPD and saying, hey, it's just a gang thing and we should really let this thing go. And so that murder gets cleared by LAPD. They didn't turn in to the DA's office. There was no prosecution. And so the thing gets cleared as, hey, it's just a gang thing. Buntry's also somebody who purportedly knocked out Nate Dogg. So Buntry was not afraid of anybody. Buntry was tough, and he was Suge's big muscle, according to Death Row Dave. Buntry also is the guy at the Universal Amphitheater that came after Snoop, and that was in 1998. Buntry is the guy who got out of the car and shot back at the Cadillac. And if you look at the diagram on where Buntry's car was, he was with Neckbone, and their car was shot up. Why? It was directly in the path of the bullets. So it was right behind Suge and to the left. And so that would have been kitty corner, right in the path of the bullets. That's why there were bullets in Buntry's car. And if you listen to the Frank Alexander secret tapes, Buntry was in jail, and one of the guys that's talking to Frank Alexander talks about how he saw Buntry in jail, and it was a weapons violation. And that was one of the things Brent Becker was really interested in, and was who shot back. And Buntry got charged with a weapons violation, and he actually went to jail for that weapons violation. Buntry can be seen on the MGM tape kicking Orlando Anderson, hitting and kicking Orlando Anderson. And, you know, just a few seconds, but he's the guy in the white hat and the white suit, and off he goes through the casino. So what happened to Buntry? Well, if you remember, Kevin Hackey talked about how Reggie Wright Jr. called him up and said, hey, could you drive for me? And that was going to be, you know, how they were going to take out Kevin Hackey. And Kevin Hackey said, hey, Reggie, I'm not that stupid. You call me out of the blue. You want me to drive for you. And you're really just trying to kill me. And, oh, Kevin, I can have you killed at any time and all that. Well, so there's a pattern here. And who calls up and wants to get Buntry to drive for them? Buntry is driving Reggie Wright Sr. They pull up at a Shell station. Reggie Wright Sr. gets out, goes in to the service station to pay for the gas, and somebody pulls up and gets out of the car and opens fire on Buntry, hits him several times in the chest. He goes off to St. Francis Medical Center in Linwood, where he dies. So that's where Buntry died. And evidently Suge Knight went over to visit him. There was kind of a problem with Suge visiting him because Suge wasn't supposed to associate with convicts. And, you know, it became a big deal, but Suge was like, look, he's my homie. And he went and visited him, and it all got settled. But that gives you kind of an idea about Buntry and what happened to Buntry. It wasn't somebody riding up on a bike. No, that wasn't it. And, you know, according to the police reports on the Buntry thing, there was a sheriff that talked about exactly what happened to Buntry. So I'll include that for you. Kevin Hackey, when he's interviewed by Russell Poole and Fred Miller, talks about the Bruce Richardson murder, and that Reggie had said that Buntry was behind the Bruce Richardson murder. And if Buntry would have known that he was being given up, and Kevin Hackey, of course, said that because he was told that by Reggie, and if Buntry had known that Reggie Wright Jr. was out there trying to give him up for a murder, he probably never would have driven for Reggie Wright Sr. And he was in Reggie Wright Jr.'s car when he was driving and he was killed. So that would pretty much say that it's highly likely that those guys were involved in Buntry's murder. And he was the big muscle for Suge, and Suge was getting out of prison. So it just makes sense if the guy that you've been stealing all this money from while he's been away is getting out. Maybe you want to eliminate his muscle. Buntry was also at Suge Knight's house when Frank Alexander is interrogated, and Frank Alexander fears for his life. There's supposedly a hole in the desert that's waiting for him. And of course, that's when Tupac dies, and Suge smashes the phone down into the table. And that's when Tupac actually died.
Every day, and I'm knocking the door every day. And they open the door, let me see the party. Let me see, like, they throwing salami all over. I mean, just like throwing food around. But they tell me there's no food in here. You know what I'm saying? Every day, I'm standing outside trying to sing my way in. You know what I'm saying? We are hungry, please let us in. We are hungry, please let us in. After about a week, that song is gonna change. We hungry, we need some food. After 2-3 weeks, it's like, you know, give me a little food, breaking out the door. After a year, you just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm picking the lock, coming through the door, blasting. You know what I'm saying? It's like you hungry, you reached your level. You don't want what we asked 10 years ago. We was asking with the Panthers. We was asking with that. You know, with civil rights movement. We was asking. You know, now those people that were asking, they're all dead in jail. So now, what do you think we're gonna do? And we should be angry. And my raps that I'm rapping to my community should be filled with rage. You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't be filled with the same atrocities that they gave to me. In the media, they don't talk about it. So in my raps, I have to talk about it. And it just seems foreign because there's no one else talking about it.
Right. Well, what does Tupac have? He's a movie star. He's got, you know, hit records. What does he have to complain about?
And I'm gonna tell you, it's like being the last person alive. You know what I'm saying?